Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jay Swerve coming at you with a new video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to get yourself a drop fade. Let's get into it. So, when I recorded this video, I had first recently got my hair done, and I was like, I need a crispy cut to go with the retwist. So first step, before you start cutting, you always want to comb your hair down so you get an even cut all around. If you don't comb your hair down, like in a few days, that cut is not gonna look the same. I will not lie to you. So here I go, literally combing all around the head, trying to make sure everything gets combed down and at the same length. And excuse that piece in the back, I ain't gonna lie, that was for thumbnail purposes. Next step, I'm going in setting a bald line with my Skeleton Babylus Pro FX. I think that's what they call it. So I really start under my eyebrow and I go all the way around, dipping a little bit in the back of the head towards the parietal ridge. Because really you want to dip in the back because you got a lot more room to fade with back there. And if you don't, I ain't gonna lie, it's not gonna look good. You either want to just stretch that fade out. So what I like to do is I like to set a bald line on one side, go towards the back, and then connect it with the other side. Like I break it up, you know what I'm saying? So after I get done doing that, I want to bald everything under that line out. So I flip the clippers over and I'm balding everything out up into the line, and I'm tapping under that line to make it easier to take that guideline out. And then I don't keep my facial, well, I don't keep my beard because I ain't gonna lie. I know my shit not growing in. I ain't even gonna lie to myself. So I just cut that shit off. I ain't gonna lie. Then what you do to one side, you must do the other. Literally taking my beard off on that same side and balding everything out under that line and tapping that line as soon as I get up there. So when cutting my own hair, I ain't gonna lie, I absolutely hate doing it. Like, it's the biggest hassle in the world. That's why I do it every once in a while, but I do need to do it more. Next step, I'm going in with my wall magic clips with an open blade. So if you close it, that take out more hair. Open it, takes off less hair. So what I'm doing is I'm going up like 1/4 of an inch all the way around my head and going up a little bit more towards the back. And I'm stretching that fade out in the back like I said earlier. And then with cutting your own hair with your own hair, it's all about them angles. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you gotta move around a lot just to make sure that you can see everything. And then what I'm doing the same thing on this side, going up by like 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going up a little bit more towards the back when I get towards that parietal ridge area. Next step, I'm gonna brush everything down to make sure everything is laid down, and I'm gonna go right back under it with the wall open blade. Pretty much making sure everything's at the same length, because if you don't, like I said, that cut not gonna look the same the day after. Alright, so next step, we're going in with the lever halfway, pretty much flicking up into the line, trying to make it easier for us to take it out in the next step. Then you want to close that lever all the way and flick up into the line, and that make it disappear. And then I'm getting everything under like where I bought it out, just trying to make sure that it's bought all the way. And then what you do this one side, you must do to the other. So I'm going halfway, flicking up into the line, a little bit under, and then I'm gonna close that lever up immediately afterwards. Alright, now you want to grab that one guard and throw it on the clipper. You want to open up all the way, which is really a 1.5. I'm going against the grain, looking all the way up until like where my dreads start pretty much. Making sure I get all the hair. Like sometimes my hair grows like towards the back of my head on my right side. So really you gotta attack it from different angles to make sure everything is the same length. And then really I'm going up. That's probably like what, an inch and a half. Really making sure I take all that hair off. And then after you go all around your head, I would suggest, like I said earlier, brushing down. And yeah, if you brush, that's only gonna make the cut last longer, and make sure everything is the same length, so everything pops the same amount. Close that one guard, and I'm gonna flick up into the new line that I created with the clipper no guard and the 1.5. And that one close really just softens that line up for you to come in with that next step that we're gonna do. And I'm attacking my hair from different angles so I know my hair grows in like different ways. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. I think right now I open my blade up, just trying to make sure everything's the same length. And then I'm gonna close it right here. You see I'm starting below that line and I'm flicking up into that line, making sure I don't go up and create a new guideline altogether. Now I switched to my Andes Master cordless because I really like that zero guard opposed to the wall one, because I can hear the hair crunch. That really helps ease the fading process for me overall. So what I do is I start from a zero guard open, and I start to go to halfway, and then I just really adjust as I go. But you always want to start open opposed to closed, because you can always take hair off, but you can never put it back. So. And I'm really utilizing those corners, even though it doesn't really look like it, but that corner work is important. As y'all can see, me playing with that lever really brought my fade together. And now I'm going with my Andes Master open blade, no guard. And the cordless Masters, they open up really, really far. So it's kind of like, I use them as detailing clippers. And they pretty much just help all around get into like where I didn't get with that zero guard. And as y'all can see, that fade is really coming together now on that right side. Now I'm going in with that one guard closed against the, well, that's really with the grain. And I'm going with the grain and pretty much smoothing out the hair that was left with that 1.5. And then that pretty much just makes the fade look all around better, knocking out those loose hairs on the top. I ain't gonna lie, I'm making sure I don't cut none of my dreads off, because I've definitely done that before in the past. I done lost 2 dreads because I had went too high on the fade. That's when I was really learning how to cut hair altogether. But I promise you I won't do it again though. Then I'm spraying my hairline with spritz spray, pretty much to hold it in place. I had blow dried it, but I didn't show that part of the video. And now I'm going with my one guard with the grain, pretty much knocking that hair down in the front of my liner. Now I'm going back in with my Babylous Skeleton FX, starting from the middle, going to the right, and then going to the left. I ain't gonna lie, the middle is really your reference point. That's how you make sure that shit's straight. And if you feel like you fucking up, just always go back to the middle. Right now I'm showing my left side. It's way easier lining up my left side opposed to my right, because I'm right-handed. When I get to that right side, I ain't gonna lie, like my shit always straight, but it's just not as crisp on that right side. That's definitely something I'm challenging myself to work on more, like cutting with my left hair. And as y'all can see, that box is really coming together. Then I flip the clipper over. I pull my eyebrow down, stretching my skin to make sure I don't take my eyebrow off. So I have cut a piece of my eyebrow off as well when I was first learning how to cut. And then I'm really using my clipper as a pencil to get that Chicago C straight. Then I'm doing the exact same thing to the other side, flipping the clipper over, pulling my eyebrow down to make sure I don't cut my eyebrow off. And I'm using that clipper as a pencil on that side as well. And then I'm clearing everything under my chin here, pretty much making sure my face is like smooth for the most part. I usually hit my hair with some shavers, but I don't think I did it this cut. I feel like I was pretty good all around, and I didn't really need it. Plus it was like 4 in the morning when I cut my hair. Then I'm really lining my chin hair up, making sure it's to how I like it. Then going back in with the masters, detailing. Detailing is important. If you feel like your fade not where it's want to be, then just trash it out until you get to where it want to be. Overall, this is a very solid self fade. It's not the best, always could be better, but we still improving. Definitely very presentable though. Alright, this is the cut, YouTube. Please let me know if you enjoyed it. If y'all want to see anything else, leave it down in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.